Good morning. Welcome to This My Show. As a show, it has a lot to offer. To start off, the budget of the show is small, very small. This 5-minute pre-show cost absolutely nothing to make, not a single penny, nickel, yang, or ruble. How can something like this be accomplished? Through the magic of robbery. That's right. Everything used to make this show is stolen. The computer, the programs, the colors, the very pixels. 100% free and illegally procured. That savings I passed on to you, the viewer, in the form of quality. The show is down to the very basics. A guy's voice speaking, and a few over-simple visual aids that don't even really look like they're supposed to. Like here. Here's a dragon. I mean, it's sort of a dragon. It could also be a duck. But we'll say it's a dragon. This show is basic and pure for your enjoyment. As for the content of the show, you have a lot of things. It's split up like this. Quality, 40%. Humor, 30%. Originality, 20%. And public appeal, 10%. As for quality, I showed you the dragon, right? I mean, look at it. If that's not quality, I don't know what is. Humor, the way I see it, if at least one person ends up laughing so hard they wet themselves, I'm golden. Make a man laugh at a joke, he'll remember it for an hour. Make a man laugh so hard he loses control of his bladder, he'll damn well remember that. Possibly in a negative light, forever. Have I ever accomplished such an exciting and dynamic feat as bladder control loss through humor? Well, I didn't think so, but I was talking to this girl, minding my own business, when in the middle of a conversation like some kind of neutron bomb, she goes, "A lot of the times when I laugh, I pee a little." It was just, that's disturbing! I thought this was just her being disturbing. The scary thing was, a large portion of the females I discussed this with agreed. Apparently much of the female population is peeing around us in secret, like crafty pee spies. I was so creeped out I didn't make a joke for a week, afraid of what was going on around me. I can't vouch for the other male members of the species, but personally, my bladder is strong enough to contain itself through most hilarity. I do have another problem, though. Are you familiar with the idea that a human stomach shrinks if you don't eat very much? I don't think the stomach is the only organ to do this. I'm no doctor, but whenever I have to pee, I pee. I started doing this a while ago because holding it in just isn't comfortable. I find somewhere to go when I go, whenever I need to. Now I think keeping as little pee in my bladder as possible has caused it to shrink. Based on a large movie soda and the amount of times I had to go pee during the last movie I saw, my bladder has shrunk to the size of some kind of shriveled walnut. Either that or I have some kind of cancer eating me from the inside. I think I'll ask an actual doctor about it. So this show hopefully has humor. It also has originalities by the gluttonous bucketfuls. That's just redefining the genre and shifting every paradigm in your body in a possibly organically cool way. And lastly, 10% is public appeal. That public appeal is achieved through the show's biggest and brightest thing it has going for it, logic. Not fancy-pants school logic, but the kind of logic the throngs of masses of people can get behind. The kind of logic you mention with your best friend in hushed voices because you know if people heard, they'd kill you. They'd kill you dead. An example of this logic is how does one define pirateness? The more body parts you have replaced, the more of a pirate you are. Take off a hand, give it a hook. Instant pirateness. Chop off a leg, give it a peg. Even more so. The fewer body parts, the more of a pirate someone is. This leads us to the most famous pirate of all, Captain Peghead. Basically a torso of sticks and claws coming out of him every which way. Imagine you're sailing along, and suddenly your ship is under attack. You're being boarded, and this screwed up mess of a man comes hobbling towards you. I think right about then, you'd surrender, because if he did that to himself, what would he do to you? Now, since pirates have been mentioned, following logic, we sadly have to move over to the ninja. This Dark Master of the Darkness is incredibly dangerous, and I'm about to tell you one of the secrets that if the masters of ninjutsu today knew I was going to tell you, well, I'd end up in a dramatic kung fu fight on top of a building in the rain defending myself from Saku, the master ninja and protector of the secrets and eater of souls. But I'm taking that risk. Through careful observation of technical documents, I've discovered the secret of the ninja's power. It is a great power, yes, but it must be shared. Consider the following. When a lone ninja is encountered, is he or she not badass? Does he or she not almost destroy the main character? Poison? Cool flips? Now when there are 2 ninjas, they are also cool and dangerous. 4 ninjas can be pretty darn powerful. And then when you have like 20 to 100 ninjas attacking, they die like candy. The more ninjas in a given area, the weaker each ninja is. This can only be explained by some kind of mystical ninja force that permeates the planet. This is why when facing a ninja horde and killing off all the little ninjas, and you finally get to face the master ninja and a servant, first the servant, who only has to share ninja power with the master, is nearly godlike, and then the master, who has to share his ninja force with no one, can crush a man's skull with his rabbit punch technique. Now that the ninja has been dealt with, logic brings us to the slightly forgotten third, most awesome and cool, the cowboy. The cowboy is and always shall be the fastest creature on earth. You may wonder about the cheetah, able to reach speeds of 60 miles an hour. How can a cowboy hope to match up? Well, in any race between the cowboy and the cowboy will shoot the cheetah, and shoot anyone who says he's cheating. Nothing can outrun a cowboy who has enough bullets. I think kung fu in general needs touched upon again. Let's take a look at a fight I once saw. There was a wily old man, and this giant mass of muscles of a man. The old guy was wiry, though. He was dodging around, throwing flip kicks, and hitting all the pressure points. The larger guy couldn't even lay a hand on him, and until the end, it seemed like he had proven that dexterity, skill, and kung fu beat giant muscles every day. That was until the big man roared, and slammed the kung fu guy into the ground like a railroad spike. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. There. Logic has run its course.